and welcome to TTV News with some latest events in Tây Ninh province. And now we come into details. Ladies and gentlemen, the party committees, People's Council, People's Committee, and the Vietnam Fatherland Front Committee of Tây Ninh City just had a meeting with businessmen and businesses on the occasions of the 77th anniversary of Vietnam Inter-Renewals Day, October 13, 1945, October 13, 2022.
The city currently has about 1,200 businesses, cooperatives, and business households. Recently, they have made new developments. The scale and fields of operation have changed accordingly with economic restructuring, actively contributing to creating jobs and incomes for workers. In addition, they have made many important contributions to the city's socio-economic role and development, actively implementing social security work along with the locality, especially during the COVID-19 pandemic. Speaking at the meeting, Mr. Lê Minh Thế, member of the Provincial Party Standing Committee, Secretary of the City Party Committee, expressed his deep gratitude to those who have accompanied the city during the past time. He also expected entrepreneurs and business community to continue innovating, applying science and technology to continuously develop in terms of scale and quality of operations. The city will always pay attention and create the most favorable conditions for businesses to operate and develop.
October 12th in Tây Ninh province, the Ministry of Public Security of Vietnam and the Ministry of Interior of Cambodia just have a conference to strengthen security and order at the border between Vietnam People's Public Security Force and the Cambodian National Police.
Attending the conference on the Vietnamese side, there were Senior Lieutenant General Lương Tam Quang, member of the Party Central Committee, Deputy Minister of Public Security. On the side of Cambodia, there were General Nét Savin, member of the Central Standing Committee of the People's Party, head of the National Public Security Department, Ministry of Interior of Cambodia. On the side of Tây Ninh province, there was Mr. Nguyễn Thành Tâm, member of the Party Central Committee, Secretary of the Provincial Party Committee. At the conference, representatives of the two sides police had an in-depth discussion on the close and effective coordination relationship in exchange of information, situation, and fight against crime prevention and control in the border areas of the two countries, whereby the two sides exchange of comments, limitations, obstacles, and causes, thereby proposing solutions as well as making recommendations to contribute to ensuring security and order in border areas between the two countries, consolidating and further cultivating the relationship of good neighborliness, traditional friendship, comprehensive, sustainable, and long-term cooperation. In order for the coordination between the Ministry of Public Security of Vietnam and the Ministry of Interior of Cambodia in cooperation to ensure security and order in the border areas to achieve high results in the coming time, Mr. Lương Tam Quang proposed that the policy of the bordering provinces of the two countries continue to develop plans for the effective implementation of important legal documents signed between the two states and between the Ministry of Public Security of Vietnam and the Ministry of Interior of Cambodia, strengthen the exchange of information on plots and activities of hostile forces, methods and tricks of criminal activities in order to promptly fight and prevent transnational crimes between Vietnam and Cambodia. At the same time, strengthen patrolling, control, propaganda, and awareness raising for people in border areas to respect the independence, sovereignty, law, custom, and practices of each country, strictly abide by the regulation on border management in order to protect security and order in border areas. In the context that many party organizations and members have shortcomings and violations, the inspection and supervision work needs to be more persistent and resolute, non-stop without restricted areas. In any situation, it must be done well. This is the view and direction of Politburo member, Secretary of the Party Central Committee, Chairman of the Central Inspection Committee Trần Cẩm Tú, at the National Online Conference to review the inspection and supervision of the party in the first 9 months and the implementation of tasks for the last 3 months of 2022 took place on October 12. In the first 9 months, party committees at all levels have strengthened their leadership, direction, inspection and supervision with many new changes in quality, effectiveness and efficiency, actively contributing to the party building and rectification, strengthening the people's confidence in the party's leadership. The Central Inspection Committee, the Standing Committee, the Inspection Committee of the Provincial and City Party Committees have inspected and handled party organizations and members that have committed violations in the COVID-19 prevention and control. The Central Inspection Committee has also directed party committees and organizations at all levels to conduct inspection and conclusions to clarify right and wrong points. According to the party's regulations and the state laws related to the process of FL syrup, procurement projects and packages implemented by AIC International Progress Joint Stock Company quickly grasp the interesting issues and cases to check and make timely conclusions. In the last 3 months of 2022, Mr. Trần Cẩm Tú suggested on levels of party committees and organizations to effectively carry out inspection and supervision anti-corruption work to ensure scientific, rigorous, synchronous and suitable to practical conditions. At the same time, focus on inspecting and supervising cadres and party members who show signs of violating the party's charter. The People's Committee of Tân Châu District has just held a special meeting on fire prevention, fighting safety at school facilities in the district. According to the report of Tân Châu District Police, after conducting periodic safety checks on fire prevention, fighting and rescue for school facilities in the past time, 58 out of 58 schools have been recorded to be not fully equipped with fire prevention, fighting and rescue equipment for the grassroots fire prevention fighting team. 5 ones have not yet approved the design and installation of fire prevention and fighting system for works subject to design approval. 16 ones have been equipped with fire prevention fighting system but are run out and unable to operate. 34 ones have installed lightning prevention system but periodically do not measure the routing resistance against lightning according to regulations. Particularly 24 ones on the list of establishments at risk of fire and explosion have not purchased compulsory insurance according to regulations. At the conference, the district police and the principals of the schools contributed suggestions to equip the fire prevention and fighting system for schools that have not been equipped and repair at schools that are equipped but gone out according to regulations to minimize damage when fire and explosion incidents occur.
The audience, is it forecasted that from now to the end of 2022, our country may receive a few more storms, so the amount of water in Dầu Tiếng reservoirs is also predicted to increase to about 20 to 40%. The functional agencies are required to make a plan so that the safety of the lake, dam as well as the lives and property of people is ensured.
Dầu Tiếng Reservoir is located at the upstream of Saigon River within the provinces of Tây Ninh, Bình Dương and Bình Phước. It is particularly important project related to national security. According to the forecast of the authorities, from now until the end of 2022, our country may continue to receive 3 to 5 storms. So the amount of water entering the lake is forecasted to increase by 20 to 40%. Especially when storms occur. With the above situation, it is urgent to set up a plan to operate the irrigation system of Dầu Tiếng Reservoir from now until the end of the flood season in 2022, with the requirement to ensure on factors, safety of lake and dam, water sources and people's life and properties when the lake discharge floods. The leader of the Southern Irrigation Exploitation Company Limited said that with the current discharge rate only 100 to 200 cubic meters per second, the lake water level is approaching plus 25.1 meters high. When the above elevation is reached, it must be switched to the operating state, ensuring the safety of the reservoir and dam. It means to increase the flood discharge volume during low tide periods, expected to increase from 200 to 2,800 cubic meters per second, depending on the time to cope with the coming flood and drain. The increase in flood discharge volume at the moment is necessary to ensure the safety of the works. However, localities located in low-lying areas are concerned about the possibility of flooding. In fact, the last storm number 4, the downstream area of Dầu Tiếng Lake, Bến Củi, Cam Ranh, Dum Châu district, was partially flooded for a few days. From the recommendation of the localities, the authorities have discussed its strength and commented to agree on a number of options to both ensure the safety of the lake and dam, as well as the safety of people's life and properties, including tenant citizens. One of the important solutions is that the authorities closely exchange information with each other to carry out safe and timely flood discharge. The Department of Agriculture and Rural Development of Tayninh Province, the Provincial Irrigation Department said that from now until the end of the year, the unit will closely monitor flood discharge information and will coordinate with localities to inform people as well as have plans to support them when necessary.
The audience over the pastime voted in many localities commented on the abundant state work have not been managed, protected, and used, so it has been degraded, damaged, and wasted. This situation is happening in most of the localities after the arrangements and mergers of a number of agencies, in which the most are redundant school buildings after rearrangement. Then a number of agencies have moved to a new headquarters. The old ones has not been managed, causing many environmental problems and urban good looking. Our correspondent reports from Bến Cầu District and Tayninh City.
In 2018, the Provincial People's Committee issued decision number 2414 on the project to arrange specialized agencies under the Provincial People's Committee and the District People's Committee. Up to now, the agencies, localities, and units have completed the review and reorganization of public non-business units for the period of 2018-2021. Through the review, the number of public non-business units has decreased by 15.25%. Among the non-business units that decreased in number, the educational and training sector decreased the most. In Bến Cầu district, there are 18 redundant schools after arrangement and merger. For the people of the commune, the current state of the schools is a big concern. The People's Committee of Bến Cầu district has promulgated a scheme to rearrange and reorganize public schools in the area for the period of 2018-2021 with an orientation to 2025. Bến Cầu District People's Committee has reported to the Department of Finance to submit to the Provincial People's Committee the district plans in arranging redundant state works that have been discontinued in the area and are waiting for the province policy. Right in the middle of Tayninh City, in addition to 9 redundant school units, there are also many state-owned buildings being abandoned in very beautiful locations of the city. According to the report of TayNinhTV People's Committee, there are 7 state-owned works under the management of the city that have been discontinued. Among them, there are works that have been discontinued for a long time, such as the old headquarters of Hoa Thanh District People's Committee, now in work for TayNinhTV. The campus of the headquarters is quite spacious, bordering to Main Street frontage. But now in the campus of the headquarters, which have grown as luxuriant as a forest, the interior was half deteriorated and damaged. Many people have sneaked in to dump garbage, causing unsanitary and unsightly urban good lookings. Some other arrests have also been left for a long time. The facilities are old and degraded, city voters have had many opinions in which it is necessary to have solutions to rotate this work and to quickly change their use to avoid which their works are located in the central locations of the city. The proposed plan for auction and conversion of use for the headquarters is also the plan of other districts and towns submitted to the Provincial Bills Committee, letting the works degrade and be left idle for a long time, causing which is a lesson learned in the management of public housing in TayNinhTV province in particular, of many provinces in the country in general. And in the coming time, after the province gives a policy to handle these headquarters, people and authorities need to continue to pay attention and closely monitor the implementation, preventing the possibility of waste in the next stage.
That's all for today, TTV News. Thanks for watching and see you next time.